Bona to Biafra, recovery, Mako, carry a man on Mafi bona to Biafra, recovery, carry a man on Mafi bona to Biafra, recovery, Mako, carry a man on Mafi bona to Biafra, recovery, carry a man on Imanadika, Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya. Wemanadika, Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya. Ogano Chore, also, coach, but an obagati tin now. Ogago Chore, also, coach, but an obagati tin now. Brother Masikwala, Makine, Sirika, Kiweri, Sigiro, Basabo. Yes, your Emma, one, Kessine, Madam Makiwer, and Doge, Imanabukaga, Makiwa, yes, and Yelu, and Yaoni, Nekero, Sabo. Do her well, do her well. We can to us. Do him well, and we can to us.
Thank you. Wolu Friday, thank you. In a matter of Lawrence, thank you so much. Thank you, Homa. Right, I'm going to try and see. Please say you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And happy belated birthday. Precious queen. More praise. Yes, beautiful daughter of Biafra. I love you, and I especially all right. Hit it. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. Raphael Chamaka Jerry remains my name, and by the grace of Tukokika Biama Primi Henile, Deputy Minister of Communications. I don't know if this thing is too bright. The light seems to be something else. Okay, let me see. Maybe this way is better. Deputy Minister of Communications, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and by the grace of Tukokika Biama Primi Henile, I also double as the self-acclaimed armor bearer of the Prime Minister, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Dragon. You're all welcome. I think I should take out this comment so that you can follow up very closely. All right, let's see if we can first of all play this video. I hope it doesn't have any issue, and then I'll establish my topic there, and then we'll roll it. Okay.
Simple reason.
Hold on.
The Nigerian army is a notorious issue. Yes.
Okay. Look at the title they have in their video. The army, obviously the Janjaweed army, seeks urgent mediation in Biafra crisis. If you look at the top title on their TV or on their own projection, you will see they says, Army condemns IPOB's brutality, demands urgent international intervention. And you know, they keep calling IPOB, and our Prime Minister have warned them severely. IPOB, you know, as a group or as a society, whatever you call them, have condescended to the level of political pressure group. And we are not operating as a IPOB group or IPOB faction or IPOB, whatever you call. We are operating as Biafra Republic government. And the people you consider or you're calling brutalious, or that you tag to be, you know, in the displaying some level of brutality, are the Biafra Republic government army, Biafra Liberation Army. Yes, the brutality you are actually, you know, leveling on us. We are the people, not IPOB. IPOB are a political pressure group. They have no jaw. They have no nerves. They cannot be brutal. They are a political pressure group. They are underground. And recently you would hear them, you know, even calling for you Zoo Army, to help them to stop Master Simon Ekpa, who is actually giving you a run for your money, who is actually giving you the brutality that you are seeing, who is actually defending the Biafran people and making sure that Nigeria does not operate anymore or anywhere around the government or around the territory of Biafra. So understand that, and please define whatever it is you are saying. Is that clear? Of course, I know it is clear to you. And to make it very, very clear, please never do not refer to us as IPOB. We are Biafra Republic Government in Exile. I personally am Deputy Minister of Communication, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and we are also in control of the de facto government. We don't hide our mouth, we don't hide our position, we don't deny what we do. We are in charge of Biafra land, and we protect and preserve our land. Okay, so now that's why I have this topic. You can now see there that Nigeria seeks international help to stop Simon Ekpa. Why POS, the pressure group called IPOB, are seeking Nigeria help to stop the same Simon Ekpa. And so it is obvious now that Simon Ekpa is actually winning the war. Python dance one, Python dance two, my Python dance a three. Una puri Mary Simon, Simon win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two, my Python dance a three. Una puri Mary Simon, Simon win the war. Yes. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom you have heard, he actually asked us to listen and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa is the one that told you what I do is what we make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. And if you fail to release him, we will increase the brutality. We will make it brutalicious. So that you will understand that the language we speak is the language we create and formulate. We are the ones that will interpret it to you because you will not understand. So get it very clear and explain it to those yefulefus out there. Now let me play this particular video and you will hear it so that you will see how that they are creating topics from topic, title from title. They are confused. Now they are calling for help. Nigeria is calling for international help. They need help. Simon Ekpa is choking them and they need help. What other thing will give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a pleasant good news and a joyful good news? Before now, the political pressure group were thinking that they can make IPOB and make Biafra movement a family affair. That is why Delilah is talking about the son and the family and herself. Efulefu, Delilah, going to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up and down, and not even caring about the freedom of her so-called husband. Well, that's a topic for another time. Now, let's listen to these bunch of confused people. Anyway, not all of them are confused because some of them understand actually what is going on. Let's listen to them.
Issue is a long-standing one, and I'm not sure that the call from the Nigerian Army is necessarily targeted at a particular event that is coming up. I think it's probably more them. In my opinion, I think they're even playing to the gallery to an extent. I haven't particularly taken their call seriously for one simple reason. The Nigerian Army is notorious with its human rights records, in those theaters where they have been in operations trying to combat whatever forces, they might feel that they are legitimately combating. Legitimately so. But in the process of defending the territorial integrity of your country, there are rules and conventions all over the world with regards to how you treat even enemy combatants. And the Nigerian Army has not been particularly, they've not painted themselves in glory.
So you think that their notoriety in how they carry out their operations is going to, deter the international organization from listening to their calls or their...
Yeah, I think that their call will be taken with a pinch of salt. It almost seems like a bit of sarcasm to me. Everybody, so to put it in common parlance, hey, Shebi, every time you people are carrying us to ICC and carrying us to Amnesty International, now we too want to go to ICC and Amnesty International. It looks that way to me,
So they are actually admitting and telling you that Nigeria calling for international help is like sarcasm. It's just a joke because the whole world knows how they do not obey the rule of law, how they do not obey the rules of engagement, how they go and brutalize, attack, and buy people unnecessarily. They go and buy people that have done nothing. They go kidnap at will and they set people ablaze. They destroy everything, that on their way, and yet they are the ones calling for help. So they are actually saying that this Nigerian Army, they are just a joke. That's actually what they're saying.
Because, in my view, yes, the way the gentleman was treated was absolutely abominable and must be condemned. I think that the Nigerian Army are well equipped.
They are talking about the Yoruba man whom our men on ground actually nabbed and spared his life, not allowing anything to hurt him by actually interviewing him, and he owned up and he said that Biafra is the only way and that Biafra should be allowed. I know you saw that video, which I cannot play here because it might be against the community guideline, but all the same, that is the video they are addressing. And they are actually saying the army would have gone and retrieve their own. Now the army, they are calling for help. Why the army is calling for help? Nigerian army, terrorist army, calling for help from the hands of Simon Ekpa, who has taken responsibility for those actions that is taking place in Biafra land. Yet the POS, Uche Chikal, all the criminals, underground sewage rats, IPOB, political pressure group, are calling Nigeria to help them stop Simon Ekpa. What an irony. Hey.
To go in and retrieve him and do whatever they need to do while staying within the ambits of the law. So they don't have too much of my sympathy, to be honest.
We're having a double way in this story. The Nigerian Army of the opinion that this man served, that the man is still in service. Now, is it that the Nigerian Army don't really know the man's status?
No, I mean...
Or are we having a discrepancy now to mean his own idea?
We have to go with the official statement from the Nigerian Army. Nobody will know who works for the Nigerian Army more than the Nigerian Army themselves. So,
82 division, something happened in 82 division last some months ago, where a man, killed a woman, allegedly, though the Nigerian Army were like, they are looking into that. It happened there in 82
So
division.
the army have rejected the young man. Now tell me, if the army have rejected him, he doesn't work for them. Why are they calling for international help? Why are they condemning it as a brutality? They have rejected him. They said he's an ex. He doesn't work. So that means the army have actually admitted that they are using people that are not registered as army. So they are admitting that they are actually using, as they would always say, non-state actors to operate against citizens, so-called, Because they consider Biafra area to have their citizens. Isn't it? So that is why we have told them, you can never consider us, count us among your citizens. There's nobody in Biafra land that is a citizen of Nigeria. We are citizens of Biafra, and 2nd of December will be the report card. You know, we already have the report card, but sacrosanct is 2nd of December when we will declare to the world our state, and then we will continue from there.
Division. Nigerian Army of the opinion that the man who did that, it's not, or was not recruited from the Joint Task Force, and they said he's not a repentant Boko Haram member. Whereas we have other information out there on the social media platform showing that this man was recruited from the Joint Task Force as a repentant Boko Haram member. So do you also think that we're seeing a clear notion of all the stories happening?
Well, it's. I guess we would have to take that as a separate case, and maybe that would call to question the integrity of the information that comes out of the Nigerian. And we do know, we've seen in the past that, again, they've not necessarily painted themselves in glory when it comes to even disseminating factual information about things that are going on. I remember the very unfortunate incident in 2020 where we all saw live videos. I saw live transmission, Instagram live feed, where bullets were being removed from people's legs. And then the Nigerian Army came out in an official statement and said it was, what do they call it, doctored or something like that. That was a bit ridiculous. So they have a checkered history.
And then, when you try to explain the situation of Nigeria, Army and Nigerian, and still considering yourself as a Nigerian, even you with your white beard, you look so ridiculous. Because you sometimes, when you are saying this, you say we'll consider it a separate statement or a separate incident. There is no separate incident about the zoo. That's why you are a completely ridiculous individual, because you cannot defend Nigeria and fail to show yourself as a foolish individual. Nigeria will make you to become a useless fool. How can you defend a terrorist country? A country whereby their major general will come on live video and tell you that a repentant Boko Haram can be your president. Why does it happen? And then you want to make good of that country. You are so pathetic. Very, very pathetic indeed.
And for me, it's the reason I'm a bit unsympathetic towards whatever they're saying now. I think the guy that is being maltreated by IPOB, if that is the case, should be rescued, and they should deal with them with the full force of the law and the might that they have, the might of the state. And that's not about that. Why are they going to the ICC?
Okay. Now, you see this foolishness of this individual. People are telling you that they have no mind. They cannot contain it anymore. They are calling for help because we have depleted them. The Nigerian Army is completely depleted just by the Biafra Liberation Army. Just by General Ross and his men. We have depleted them. They are calling for help. And you are saying the almighty Nigeria. And there's nothing mighty about Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria is nothing but a ghost army. Ghost army. That's why they have terrorists in their cadres. That's why they are using terrorists. That's why they are using non-state actors, as they call them. You understand? And so you don't glorify them. Before you know it, very soon they will capture all of you and add you all into the army.
Okay.
I don't understand that at all.
Thanks very much. Let me stay with you on this issue. You said something about this case not being isolated. I think it has a broader perspective.
Absolutely.
So in the sense that it should have a broader perspective, do you think that it's some kind of selective justice on the part of the Nigerian Army, to take the case of IPOB to the ICC and Amnesty International, the same Amnesty International that has several times called out the Nigerian Army against inhuman treatments to civilians. And again, for the fact that the Nigerian Army have not been able to take this same case of Boko Haram, bandits and terrorists to the ICC. You recall what happened when Jonathan tried headlong, to decimate the terrorists. And it was like, oh, we are going to ICC because in here, Jerica, you are chief of army staff. You people are killing my people and all of that. So do you think it amounts to selective justice on the part of the Nigerian Army to do one thing in this case and do another in another case in the same jurisdiction?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's part of the reason that I'm skeptical towards this, their call, because it's one. I mean, look, that's one single individual. One individual that is maltreated by any unlawful means or whatever is too much. You know, you don't have to get to 2 or 3. So we have to condemn that. But my goodness, I mean, the kidnappings that are happening every day in this country, people taking ransom and then still killing the victims. Where was the Nigerian army and where was the petition to the ICC, you know, when all of these things were happening? For me, honestly, it's ridiculous. I think that sometimes these government officials really do need a bit of reorientation. You know, they have to take citizens a bit more seriously than they do.
Does it speak to the complicity or lack of intentionality on the part of the government in fighting insecurity? Do you think should we think in that direction?
Well, I mean, look, that's a bigger problem. That's a big problem that we are grappling with, and we need answers to. You know, why are the bandits? Why do they seem so powerful? Why?
Nigeria will just make you look stupid and useless. You know, they are now asking questions. Why do the bandits seem so powerful? You know, we don't understand. The same man that is trying to make Nigeria look like, you know, they can go and hit on IPOB. When they now brought it to him, even the same ICC have, you know, brought Nigeria out and have cautioned and have told them that they are complicit in the action. And they say, that is what I'm saying. Nigeria will make a fool of you. Nigeria will make you so stupid. And now that is why we are so determined to face them with adequate and same measure of brutality, even more measure, a higher measure of brutality. The way they bring it, the way we give them. They come with anything, AK-47 bomb, we will come with AK-47 bomb. Anything they come with, we will come with equal measures. When they come with tooth, we'll come with that. They will come with bomb, we'll come with boom. Anyhow they come, we give it to them. And that is why the earlier you understand that when they bring the issue of Nigeria before you, you tell them, look, take it out of my face. Nigeria is gone. As intelligent as you are, do not allow Nigeria to make you stupid. That is why Biafrans are just looking at the foolishness of this political pressure group and the uselessness of people like Uchechi Kalo and all the idiots that are saying they need Biafra, and yet they are supporting people like Uchechi Kalo and supporting criminal DOS, and you say you need Biafra. How will you get it? So what is going to happen is that we're going to get this Biafra, and then you will come knocking at the door and saying, please help us open the door, just like Noah took, you know, them into the ark, and then before the rain came, people were knocking and saying, please open the door, the ark for us, and we bet you that that door will not open unto you. Everyone that have ridiculed Simon Ekpa, everyone that have ridiculed Biafra Republic government in exile, by hook or by crook, you will never get Biafra. Try by your hook, try by your crook. Never, you will never get Biafra. Biafra have disappeared from you. You are no longer part of it. You see that one Nigeria, you will enjoy it. Oh, you see that political pressure group, you will have it in full quantum. But for us, we are headed to Finland. 29th of November to the 3rd of December and 2nd of December. Hey, Biafrans are ready to begin to wave the Biafran flag. And everywhere in Biafra land, Biafra flag will be flying very high. And everything called Nigeria would have disappeared completely from Biafra land. And Mazi Simon Ekpa will be lifted shoulder high. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by the grace of Chukwu Kabiagba, being with us. And then that is where you will know that when he told them that Mazi Simon Ekpa is the new dimension, he actually also enlisted himself into that new dimension. Yes, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of Biafra. If Mazi Simon Ekpa is bringing a new dimension, you know what it means? It means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have enlisted himself into the new dimension that will get him Biafra. Yes, because he needs Biafra to be free. And Mazi Simon Ekpa have promised to get that Biafra for him and for every Biafran. And the only thing he can do is just support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He needs to do that, and he must do it. Yes, we all must do it, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have no choice but to support Mazi Simon Ekpa to get him Biafra. Because where he is right now, he cannot get Biafra from there. It is Mazi Simon Ekpa that will get Biafra for him. That is why he is called the finisher. Obatobie. However you see it, it doesn't raise his head or make him his head swell. He is a humble servant of Biafrans. You see what he did for Amaka, he will do it for everyone. And he said he will even do it for Peter Obi. Why the time lasts? Why there is still time? Yes, not on the door of the ark is shut. Oh. When the door of the ark is shut, there is no more hope for Peter Obi and his kinds, or every one of you that have failed to stand on the side of truth for your redemption. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord be gracious unto you and give you peace. I love you all. But Chukwu Okike Abiama loves you more. Please, if you are just joining this program, make sure you share and let it get to others. Tell them, Mazi Simon Ekpa is winning on all face. Nigeria is looking for international help to stop him. POS are looking for Nigeria to stop him. Now, if Mazi Simon Ekpa have defeated Nigeria and Nigeria is looking for help, you that is looking for Nigeria to help you, how can Nigeria, who have been defeated already by Simon Ekpa, help you? My name is Rafael Chamaka Jere, aka Pastor Vam 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 Ebo. We move.